Today I am coming to you from our garden. We were blessed that when we moved into this house, we found that the previous owners had already planted a garden, even knowing that they were leaving. And so when we came in, these sunflowers were coming up and just coming on. As you can see, some of them are already past, but some of them are still glorious. And there were spinach plants and lettuce plants. There's a raspberry bush, there's marigolds, there's mint. We planted a few plants of our own, like these cucumbers, and there's zucchini over there. And there's these guys that were just coming up leafing out when we arrived, and they started producing these beautiful yellow flowers. And I'll tell you the truth, I don't know whether this one is a weed or a plant that I want to keep. I pulled it today so that I could show it to you. I've got a few more. We'll just sort of see what they do. But I don't actually know, so we're just gonna wait and see. And I wanted to share my garden with you because I have come to find that ministry and church life is a lot like a garden. The people who have come before us have often planted and seeded things that we get to enjoy, flowers and fruits and vegetables of ministry and of spiritual life and faith. And sometimes they plant things that are bulbs, some things that take time, some things that only show up in a particular season, and the ground might look pretty nothing. But if we wait, if we're patient, if we're curious, and if we continue to tend the earth, they'll produce in time. Sometimes there's sort of ornamental plants, things that look great but don't actually produce what we want them to. They aren't terrible, they're not sucking out the life of something else, but maybe we're putting water or time and energy into them and they're not actually going to yield anything that we're looking for. And of course, like every garden, sometimes there's weeds. Sometimes there's plants that we don't want. And so we have to be intentional to pick those and pull those up so that the ones we do have space to grow and they can spread their roots. In this time of ministry together, summertime is like that, a transition with pastors is like that, and certainly coming through the pandemic at this stage is like that. We have some things that are bearing beautiful fruit, and we all know it. We have some things that are dormant right now, but if we give them time and space, they will produce the fruit that we want. We have some things that are just kind of ornamental, and they may be pretty. We don't have to maybe get rid of them right now, but maybe they're not worth keeping. And we probably have some weeds. Every church does. It's no commentary on this church in particular, but there may be some things that we need to pull up and get rid of so that we have more space to grow some new things, space so that some of the current things have room to spread out and be even more fruitful. I invite us to think about that, to pray about that personally and collectively. May our gardens bear good fruit. Be blessed, my friends.